Well, essentially, due to the National Taxi Alliance here in Gauteng holding that media briefing, telling us that they want to apologize to the commuters who have been affected by the violence which we saw last week and at the weekend. Let's take you back then. Last week, we saw several taxis that were torched and vandalized and destroyed here in Johannesburg, downtown Johannesburg, as well as in Soweto, as you rightfully pointed out. This was because of the fighting between these two rival taxi groups, Wata and Nanduwe. It's over one route this time around, Dudu. That's the route between here, Johannesburg, and as well as in Soweto, with Wata essentially saying that they are the rightful people that are supposed to be operating into that particular route, saying Nanduwe is not meant to operate in that particular route. The National Taxi Alliance, pardon me, Dudu, also saying that it is committed essentially into finding a solution into this ongoing situation. But we've also heard, though, Dudu, that last night a water taxi was actually hijacked with passengers on board, but we were told that those passengers were not harmed. But we have not heard essentially a lot of details as to how that happened and why it also happened. But there are suggestions that that may also actually be linked to what we've actually been seeing taking place over the past few days. Dudu Zile?
The Taxi Alliance committed to finding a solution, but as you mentioned, thin on details. These two rival associations, what submissions have they made? Fortunately, in these incidents, not a lot of people were affected, commuters that would be in terms of fatalities or deaths, but we don't want it to get there, essentially.
That's right. In fact, they also concede, Juduzile, that they really don't want any lives essentially being lost, saying that in the past many people have essentially died as a result of this conflict. So what's going to happen now, Juduzile, is that both these associations, that's Nanduwe and also Wata, will meet with the MEC for transport essentially to try and iron out really, their differences and find a common ground here. We've already heard then Wata saying that they are committed in ensuring that a solution is found into this ongoing problem, but they're not giving us details, Duduzile, as to what exactly will they be presenting into the discussions or into the table tomorrow when they meet with the transport MEC here in Gauteng as well as with Nanduwe. I was talking with Nanduwe officials yesterday. They too did say that, Duduzile, they want a solution to be found, but they were also clear, Duduzile, that it is essentially Wata that has actually started this conflict by attacking some of their drivers and also setting alight their vehicles, of which Wata is something that they've actually disputed, also saying that in the past they've also had some of their vehicles essentially being targeted by their rivals.